Okay, welcome to another round of the Tavern. Once upon a time, a teenager could work a summer job and pay for a year of college. A single income could support a household. It could buy a house. You could raise a family and still have enough money to actually go on vacations and set up retirement. Today, two incomes can struggle to do what one income handled 50 years ago. So, what happened? Did our expectations change? Did technology make all this happen and change things too much? Or did we spend 250 years building a system that quietly stopped working for the people it was supposed to help? Tonight, we're talking about the American dream. America at 250 years and whether the latter got pulled out from underneath us. We'll be right back.
Put that long day behind you. Good times lie ahead. With company worth keeping, that'll bash a smile on your head. Come on in, the door's open. You'll find just the finest folks here. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, and lend our stories your ear. Cause we're the talk the tavern. Here you're always welcome. The talk the tavern. Promising beer and bedlam. The talk the tavern. Music, medicine, then some. The talk the tavern. The song's over. Here we come.
Doing the butt. Doop, doop, doop.
Steve could leave that one on. Okay, welcome back to the Tavern, everyone. I'm Travis Sivart, and tonight, what are my... oh, look, I got a brand new bottle of Bowman Brothers. I mean, the cheapest of the bunch, because like
It's still good.
they had Isaac and they had one of the others, not Abraham.
John Jay.
Probably.
Yep.
So this is a Virginia Straight bourbon whiskey, small batch, and that's what I'll be sipping tonight along with my water in my nerdy ass glass. What about you, Ed? What do you got?
Tonight I'm drinking Chester Gap Cellars a Tannat. That
What is that?
made up there. And
What is it?
It's a red wine.
Tannat.
It's a
Okay.
red wine.
Dry
Yeah.
or fruity or what?
It's quite fruity. I enjoy it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I like fruity stuff. How about you, Andrea?
Oh, so normally I have tea in my fancy glass, but tonight I made myself an old fashioned, which is my drink of choice, with my favorite Woodford Reserve.
Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff.
And I use cherry bitters instead of the regular bitters because I like it better. The bitter's better.
And Andrea, just one more time.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I gotta interrupt here because Volts posted. We were talking about John J. Bowman's, Abraham Bowman's, and he posts, and it took me a minute. I am so off it tonight. Just don't drink the Judas one. But
Nice. Andrea, do me a favor. Check your mic again.
Is that better?
Raise it up a little so it's about even with the corner of your mouth. Give me that.
How about now?
Much better. Perfect.
But
Thank
here's
you.
the thing: if I try to drink, it's gonna get in my glass.
Keep it higher. Just move it out a little bit. Now let's hear your voice.
How about now?
Still better than earlier. So good. Good right there. Okay.
Sorry, Steve.
Steve, clip that face.
Don't do it, Steve.
That way, when you do hot dog in my butt as an intro, you can use faces like that for the new 90s intro. Okay, let's do an opening toast here, folks.
Opening toast, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Here's to the American dream. Let's hope we didn't wake up from a nightmare. That's kind of cheesy. Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay. So, Andrea, this was a topic you suggested. You found a JPEG out there, just a screenshot on social media of 2 or 3 paragraphs. I even have it right here if we decide we want it. You're shaking your
It
head.
was an article I read.
Okay.
Oh, no, it was. You said JPEG. I'm sorry, I'm confused.
It was you sent me a picture and I
It
saved
was
it.
a
So
post on X.
X.
I got
Formerly
some
known as
posts on
Twitter.
my ex too.
Sorry. Clip that.
Anyway,
So, do you want to talk about this? You want to set us up for what we're talking about, or what triggered you?
So I read and then I did research about it in the 70s. That which wasn't really that long ago.
it
Well,
was way back in the 1900s.
It's not that long ago. A high schooler someone who just graduated could work a summer and pay for a year of college. That what? And not go into debt. And I'm like, and I looked up the cost. Yes, working 40 hours a week for minimum wage, which was like $2 or $3, they could pay. What?
Not in the 70s. Go
No, it wasn't.
ahead.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah. It was like whatever.
yeah, it went from $3 to $3.10 in what was it, 86 or 87. So
Yeah, because it was 210 in 1983 when this old man started working.
but the
Well,
point
that makes
was,
it worse. They could make that little bit of money and be able to pay for a year of college.
yeah, I'm sure we could Google real quick and find out what the federal minimum
I
wage
Googled it. I didn't
was
write
in
it down,
78.
but I'm like, but they could do that
But
and pay for books. Now you work that much and maybe you'll pay for a book.
is that a hypothetical? You could work 40 hours a week for minimum wage during the summer and pay for a year of college, or was that a practicality that people did
It was
that?
actual. People did
Okay,
that where they're like, I'm
okay,
going to take a year off.
Now, I want to say they
And,
probably had to maintain a part-time job while going to school, at
all
least
right,
for most
okay.
people.
well, they'd have to do that while going to school to pay for living expenses.
But that's true. That's true.
Okay.
But to pay for the actual tuition and books,
Hmm.
what the hell?
So,
Keep going. You're on a
yeah,
roll.
go on.
Just now, yeah, now if you work for summer, if you could afford to live on that little bit, I'm assuming these kids lived at home with their
Yeah,
parents.
yeah.
And now, even if you're at home with your parents, work in the summer, you can't afford a year of school. Maybe a class.
Hmm.
What happened?
So what happened?
Oh,
Ed, thoughts? What?
College tuition in general, I really can't tell you what the hell happened to college tuition. Why it got so um greedy professors? I don't know.
well, the professors make the same amount. It's the school. So here's what I'm thinking because it became more accept. Not everybody went. So if you wanted to go, you had to work or get a
Right,
scholarship.
right.
Now everybody goes. It's so accessible.
Hmm.
So,
How's it more accessible if it's more expensive?
oh, everybody will give you a loan. You want a loan? Here's some money. You'll pay it back for the next 500 years. It's just,
Okay.
Travis, go man. I see your lip quivering.
No, here's what I'm going to say right now as a disclaimer. Keep in mind, we don't have figures pulled up in front of us. So if
No,
you
we
find a figure slightly different, work with us. Again, this is the tavern. We're not in a economic office arguing over this stuff.
it's a
we're three
conversation.
friends sitting in a tavern drinking alcohol, talking our shit.
Now, the American dream consisted of a few things. It consisted of
That's it. What is the American dream?
truth, justice, the American way. Now, truth and justice, in theory, is we've got free press and
Mhm.
everybody's getting the truth out of everything. This kind of stopped in the late 60s, early 70s when they realized, Oh, I guess we shouldn't have reported everything on the different wars we're in, the Korean War, Vietnam War, etc. Justice, in theory, is a balanced legal system where everybody gets treated fairly. And we could,
That ain't what Richard Pryor said.
well,
Richard Pryor said, "You go to the jail and you find justice, just us." And Bolts.
I'm with you, my brother. Anyhow, and the American way, what is the American way? And this is what we're more discussing than those other two things, so we can happily touch on them if the conversation goes that way.
Sure.
The
Yeah.
American way is being able
Dream.
to afford or dream. Well, I'm saying truth, justice, the American way, the old Superman
Oh,
thing.
okay. All right.
So the American dream or the American way would be I can own a house. I can afford to raise my kids, whether it's one kid or a handful of kids, whatever. You could afford this. The wife could afford to raise them till they're old enough and she can get her job or
Be a
whatever. 'Cause,
stay-at-home mom. Yeah.
well, in
Yeah.
my generation, there wasn't as many stay-at-home moms, and
Mine either. Yeah.
and if there was, you definitely saw the difference in what you wore, what kind of cars you had, and whether you had that 13-inch black and white or that 19-inch big old color TV.
19-inch. Holy shit.
Fun fact, I did not get my first 19-inch TV until almost 2000,
Damn, you were, as my dad would say, you were a heavy dog, man, if you had a 19-inch TV.
especially in color. Um,
Yeah.
You had
Yeah.
color? Oh, even
Color?
when I had my first apartment, the Drew Carey show, I didn't know what Mimi looked like in color.
This is the question. And your first apartment, okay, Adriana, when did you get your first apartment?
Oh, I was 19, 18,
What
19.
what was the rent?
Oh, no, I had two other roommates. It was $500 each, I think.
No, each. Oh, okay. Three
It was
bedroom apartment,
expensive.
I'm assuming then. Okay, massive apartment.
It was expensive. Okay, so
Okay,
no, when
this
I had
question ain't
my
gonna work out.
all right, when I had my first no, it took me a minute to figure this out. No, I had my first apartment. It was a one-bedroom little place in Portsmouth.
Okay,
I think it was 250 a month.
250.
Yeah,
And what were you making per hour?
worked two jobs, like four something.
Okay, you were working two jobs. Were you working two jobs for over 40 hours or two jobs to get you to 40 hours?
One was full time,
Oh, okay. So over 40 hours.
and then the other one wasn't. Yeah, so
Okay. And I'll explain this question because this just came up in a conversation with some friends of ours last week while we were on vacation. They have a 25-year-old son living at home, and the mother keeps using the words, he can't ever move out. He'll never be able to afford it. And my thing to her was, as long as you keep saying the word he can't,
you
he will never be able to move out. Love the kid. Great kid. Go ahead, Travis.
I want to put my 2 cents in this, and I'm going to go
Hmm.
through 3 different places.
Hmm.
First time I moved out, age 16, I moved in with a friend and rented a room from their house, and that was about
Hmm.
$250 a month. I was making
Hmm.
about $4.25 an hour.
Okay. There you
Before
go.
I even got to 17, I moved to 30 minutes outside of New York City in
Hmm.
Mamaroneck, New York. I then
Hmm.
had 3 roommates in a 3-bedroom house, and we were paying like 500 per
Hmm.
person. But again, that's close to New York City.
Okay.
So once I moved out of there, and they were both, like 10 years older than me or something.
Hmm.
So once I moved out of there and started really living like an 18-year-old or whatever, I
Hmm.
had milk crate furniture. I had secondhand couches if I had a couch. Um,
Hey, don't steal my joy.
I had a mattress on the floor, maybe a box spring later if I got fancy. Or if I did have a bed frame, it was just that metal one that you hurt yourself on at least twice a year.
Exactly, exactly. And that's where I was going with this because you keep saying he can't, and he will
Mhm.
never be able to. Now he has his hobbies, expensive hobbies. Great kid, I love him. Not bad mouthing. Don't get me
Sure.
wrong, Casey's listening. But his hobby is he buys vehicles, he fixes them up, and he resells them. The problem with that is he doesn't resell them for everything he has put into them.
So
That's
he's
not good
not a
business.
business major.
Stop that hobby, okay? And I asked her because she was like, he makes over $20 an hour. I was like, okay, I don't know. I'm a little bit out of the loop. How much is rent in the area? And she's like, $1,600 to $1,800 a month. And I was like, okay, here's what I'm gonna say. My first place that I lived in was $200 a month. I was making $2.10 an hour. The difference is the same there. He can. Now he won't have all the amenities that he has living at home with mom and
And
dad,
he shouldn't.
but he can. I didn't have those amenities starting out 40 years
Let me
ago.
tell you something about the American dream, or any dream. A dream is something you achieve by working hard for it. If you're
Hmm.
handed something, that is not achieving your dream. That's somebody
Right.
fulfilling your dreams.
Fulfilling your dream. Yes.
Yeah, and you should have to work and work hard and know you fucking earned it to have
Hmm.
the dream. Which, by the way, I right now make just over $20 an hour.
Hmm.
And I still, my son, who is now 22, he moved out. I'm split from his mother, so he lived with her when he turned 18 and graduated high school.
Hmm.
Within less than a year, he moved out on his own and moved in with two other roommates and was able
Hmm.
to afford a place. I mean, he had to work, sometimes more than one job, depending which job he got, because it didn't pay enough. But now he went into working at Amazon. By the way, he just hit his
Oh,
one
he went to
year.
Amazon?
Yeah, he's doing tech stuff
Okay.
there.
All
But
right.
he's making over $30 an hour now after 1 year at Amazon.
Oh,
Right, Ed?
shit.
Yeah. You go run your little security
Uh,
company, buddy, for less than my son is
Man,
making
that's
after
more than
1 year.
I'm making.
I mean, Amazon is everywhere, and it
And
may
by
not be the job you want, but God, they
and
pay,
And
and
I'm
the
and
sure the
benefits are
benefits are
great.
better than mine
they
too.
are. And
The
also,
benefits are phenomenal.
that's with no college. He went to college, flopped out of it. I don't want to even say he dropped out. He flopped out
Mm,
because this isn't what he wanted to do, and you know how much energy you put into something you don't give a damn about.
mhm,
So my point is, no, young people can move out. And when I see
mhm.
these things about, oh, you had it easier in your generation because you could afford a car and this and this. Yeah, but our
Didn't have a car.
TVs were 13 inches in black and white. Our furniture
And they
was
were
cinder blocks of
expensive.
wood. We didn't move
Didn't
into
have
a.
cable. We had three fuzzy channels to watch.
If you're lucky.
Andrea, what were you saying? We just kept talking when you were talking. Sorry.
So, like,
Sorry.
all right, I just want to say, I worked at a pizza place.
Mm.
So I worked at a donut place, so I always had food in my fridge. Pizza and donuts.
Actually, that's how I ate a lot through my early working days. I worked at restaurants.
I
Uh,
didn't I didn't have a lot of money. Like toilet paper? Oh, you go to McDonald's and steal it. I would never
mm,
do that.
She was the bitch that came to my McDonald's, kept stealing my toilet paper out of my bathroom.
But all right, so if you look at it, poor back then in the 1900s is different than the poor now.
Yeah.
And the kids are different. They
mm,
have smartphones, they have computers, they
mhm,
have tablets
And
in
by the way,
school.
can we
mhm.
take a moment and say a smartphone is $600 and up for the
Up.
low end new ones? Now, if you're buying a
Yeah.
used, different world.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
go ahead, Andrea.
It's still expensive, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
I just remember waiting for school, and then you go and pick out your school clothes, and they got put on layaway.
Yep. Do they even have layaway anymore?
They
I was
do.
thinking about that earlier.
They
They
do.
think about the topic. They do? Okay.
They do.
Do they wear?
Walmart.
Okay.
Really?
Yep.
No,
They
I
stopped
remember.
it for a bit during COVID.
Hmm.
But now, let's go back to this. This kind of stuff is not what I'm worried about discussing in this episode,
No.
on this round. Because what I'm saying is, yeah, everybody's got it tough when they're young, but you should, so you appreciate it as you move up in life in the world and you earn the shit you got.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
all my toys, all my dolls back here. Yes.
But the American dream, if you will, about being able to afford to raise children, own a house, and the other things that go in a house,
Hmm.
Cats.
I definitively see a hardship there compared to 40 years ago.
But I'm gonna agree,
Go ahead.
and I'm gonna disagree
Okay.
also, because is some of it the fact that we're we want instant gratification today
Could be.
versus back when we were coming up, we were like, I've got to work hard if I want that later on in life. And I'm going to admit, I buy things today I don't necessarily need,
Multiple times a week.
whereas
Don't look at all the
where
shit behind me.
whereas way back in the 1900s, it whatever I was getting was based on need.
Right.
Okay, and I think about my parents, my father in particular. Okay, my father bought nothing on credit. He had a credit card, but he bought nothing on credit. That credit card was for an emergency. If he couldn't afford to pay cash,
Yeah.
he didn't get it.
And that's when you had
Whereas
single
today,
digit interest.
yeah,
Yeah.
whereas today we'll go, well, shit. Um, damn, my iPad stopped working. I want another iPad.
Okay, I got shit to say, Dad. Let me know when you're done. Keep
Wait,
going, though.
go ahead. Oh no, go ahead.
Andrea, you want to say anything before I get rolling on this rant?
About that now.
Do you want to say anything about anything before I start
You're
going
gonna
off
be
on
like, that's not this show. Okay, I remember when I ordered something because I wanted a poster and I'd put a check in the mail. You never know if they got it. 6 weeks later, you get your product.
6 weeks? It
Don't
was
understand.
fast.
Yeah.
There are times it's 14 to 18 weeks delivery.
You never know. Yeah.
That is like 3 months later, people, or more. And God forbid it was. Okay, so here's what I want to talk about. Ed, you're talking about buying shit.
Yeah.
In this modern world, there are times I have had to use a credit card to buy food. I have to finance
Oh yeah.
my groceries.
Oh,
That is
absolutely.
not something I had to do then. And something else, here's how they're getting hit. They being the younger
They.
generations. First of all, interest rates. You mentioned credit card for emergencies, but it was at 8 to 12%. 12 if your credit would. Matter of fact, when you and I started, I hit 18 is when they first introduced the credit rating, when I was 18 years old. But they didn't even have credit rating. Of course, for anybody going, that's right, they didn't. Also, keep in mind, during that era, women had to have a man sign for them to get a bank account or credit card. How crazy
Yeah.
is that shit?
Yeah.
But
I hear it. I think I'm a little bit older than that apparently, because I that never happened during my generation.
women needing
Um,
somebody to sign off,
yeah, yeah.
it did. It just,
Yeah.
it depended on the
I,
region.
I had females in high school that had checking accounts
Right,
before I even had
right.
female friends in high school
In high
before I
school,
even.
but did
And
their parents sign for it?
parents had to sign, yeah, but
See, that's still a man signing
and
for it.
some of them, their parents was a woman because they had single
Right,
mother parents.
right. So it can happen, but the world was, I'm just saying it wasn't balanced and better and
Well,
fair. It
yeah, that
still
was
had
a
its issues and
60s and 70s
problems.
thing. Yeah,
But interest nowadays, when we're looking at a single credit card with
sure.
36% interest or over 30%, even if you have I got a great rate at 26%, that's mob levels interest. And by the
Right.
way, let me also throw this in because it's part of the rant. You know where kids are getting screwed nowadays? Subscription services. You
I
can't
was going to bring that
fucking
up
buy
later
a goddamn thing without having to
about a
subscribe to it
subscription.
and have them suck money out of you like goddamn cum or
Yeah,
blood.
I was going to bring that up too,
Go ahead,
because
Andrea.
But wait.
There's more.
If you don't know about your prescriptions and you need to cancel, sign up for Rocket Money, which is also a subscription.
Subscription.
Yeah. I'm just imagining all the
Yeah, I
comments,
was
people
gonna bring that
commenting,
up
going,
later too
"She
because
said prescription."
this is a killer on your money because every fucking app, okay, you can get the first 30 or 90 days for free. And then if you forget about that shit, guess what happens after that? How?
And by the
um,
way, what's it like to live in a world where you don't check your bank balance multiple times a week? Ed, do you check yours every week or
multiple
more?
times a week. Yeah, yeah, two, 3 times a week. Yeah, yeah,
Andrea?
yeah.
Uh, yeah, because I know it down to the penny.
Yeah.
I have to.
And when people are
Yeah.
like, did you get a surprise? Some people I've spoken to are like, oh, I happened to check my bank balance this month. I haven't done it since February. And I'm like, what?
How do you not know you signed up for DoorDash twice
Twice. Yeah, yeah.
or
I mean,
anything? You not know that it's coming out. How do you forget?
but here's the thing about this and all the subscriptions, okay? Do you really need all those subscriptions to begin with?
No.
Oh yeah.
I joined something the other day because I like to kayak, as everyone know, and this app just suddenly appeared out of nowhere because they're watching us.
Yeah.
You can get this app, and if you want to go kayak a river, it'll tell you all the river conditions at that moment. It'll tell you every place to put in, every place to take out, where you can take a piss, where you can take a shit. It'll tell you everything about kayaking that river. And I was like, I'm canceling this shit because in 30 days it's gonna pop for that 1 year fee. And to be honest, I used to get all that information just by going on the internet and researching it myself. So
Crazy.
why am I being a lazy fuck and paying for this subscription? But the other side of the American dream, this guy that was sitting back in his home and he's like, hey, I'm going to create this app
Let's talk about
and I'm
that.
going to get rich.
How many new millionaires or billionaires have we seen in this century? Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and those aren't the only ones. Those are just two of the big names. And Andrea's gone white.
Yeah. If I
I know. You're still a little blurry. I don't know what you did. Maybe turn around so the lines, you could see the lines on the page. You're blurry. Oh my God, she drank too much. She's gone blurry. Oh, there we go. Slowly back it out. Back it up. Oh yeah, just like that. Nice and slow, baby.
my nails.
There you go. There you go. You got it. I don't know. But yeah, that's another thing. We have seen the American dream. I came up with something new and original, but largely it's tech-based now. Not always, but largely. If you can
Right.
come up with something tech-based, what about the creator of Bitcoin? How much are they worth now? Probably nothing because they sold
Well,
it when it was worth $1 million.
you know, the American dream was to go to school. I do have to say, so a lot of people go to college to get an education, right? It is more accessible. Now you're paying out the ass,
Mm.
but it's more accessible and people could do it and people could get degrees. And why am I so fuzzy?
Just turn off your camera, turn it back on.
It's okay. I like it fuzzy.
Yeah. What about wild undergrowth, all the growth?
All the growth. I don't mind some growth.
If I got to comb it before I go down on it, I'm not so sure about that.
I don't care.
If I got to
gotta
Me neither.
Jumanji my way through that,
I don't care. Part that stuff like Moses parting the Red Sea, man.
yeah, but then it gets tangled and you pull, and she's like, ah,
Not me. You coming?
part it down the middle.
Braid it to the side, you know.
You use a
Whatever.
pomade so it's got that part straight.
Volt says that's the fun part.
That's what we like to call it too, the fun part.
And by the way, 1974, the Equal Credit Opportunity Act was when women no longer had to get
Thank
co-signers.
you, Ed. Thank you. I remember that from watching Mad Men.
And Ralphie says beautiful.
Hey, Ralphie, good to see you, buddy. Andrea, you were
I think
talking.
he was talking about Andrea.
I don't know what I was talking about.
Probably.
Oh, yeah,
She's in a
more
goddamn
people can
tank
go
top
to
tonight.
college.
Yeah, college. Go ahead.
Education is more accessible. That's it.
But is it a good thing?
I want to say no. I mean, it's good for the people, but for like me, they would rather pay for someone just coming out of school, coming out of college with their degree,
Mm, hmm.
than someone that knows the things and has worked in it.
Experience. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like even if I have a degree, they would rather have the 20-year-old because they don't have to pay
Mm,
as much.
Well, here's also what I'll argue is when you have to have a degree to apply for the job that you've been doing for 5
Yeah,
years or 25 years or
hmm.
whatever, if you
Hmm.
lost your job and went and tried to get the same job again somewhere else, if you couldn't even get an interview, that's a sign of a broken system.
but
A
here's the
broken
thing:
system. Yeah.
I even saw a commercial. You do not even if you have the experience, you have to have a degree, and it doesn't have to be a degree in what you're
Right.
And
applying
what you're
for.
doing. Yes.
Also,
That's the scam today.
Yeah,
what's reasonable in your guy's head if you go get a 2-year degree or a 4-year degree? How many years should it take you to pay that off? Double the amount of time you spent in college? 5 times the amount? Because a lot of these college degrees, people are taking 20 to 30 years.
Yeah.
it's it's
Yeah.
it's what people
Full-time
used to
college
do.
students.
Yeah, it's what people used to do to pay for a house.
But
A
what's reasonable
20-year
to you
loan for a
guys?
house, not 20 years.
Not 20 years.
I would say double, but I wouldn't even say quadruple.
Okay,
Because if
but
I,
I don't really know for certain. I think Andrea probably has more experience here than I do. Okay, but I know my first wife, and after I finish this, I want to read a few comments here. Um,
okay.
my first wife was a veterinarian.
Mhm.
She went to school for 8 years. When she left school, her payment was reasonable. Okay, it wasn't something that was going to break us trying to now start out. She's just been in school. We're actually really only starting out after she finishes school, a life together. It was a very low, reasonable payment. So, that being the case, yes, it was going to take 20 years to pay that off. Now, she could increase that at any time if she wanted to, but her base payment was very low and reasonable. Travis.
No.
Well, I'll read the comments real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Rafi's was saying we were talking about education compared to where because most EU countries have education for free. Unfortunately, that's
Oh,
not the
Ralphie.
United States. That's not here. Okay. And Bolt says, education is becoming irrelevant. Yes and no. It depends on what you're doing. I work in a field where people are actually surprised when I say I haven't been to college because in my field it's expected that you're going to have a business degree at the minimum, something a business accounting or law enforcement or something like that in your background, and people are surprised when they speak to my wife and I, and it's like, you never went to college? No, I never went to college. I work in the fucking security field. I know how to protect shit.
Hey, hey, don't touch that.
But anyway, Travis.
Okay. So, did you read all the comments you want?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, Here's a big flaw in our system, and it's right here on our shoulders. Now, first of all, we could talk about capitalism and how it's gone crazy because college
Sure.
professors aren't being paid that. They're being paid more, but not that much more. Regular school teachers are not. So that's not where the money went. When
No.
you're looking at higher education, it is going to the institution itself. Just like if we discussed health insurance, hospitalization, etc. These costs are not going to nurses And even doctors, because doctors, the average like brain surgeon doesn't make as much as you think they would. But
But
here's
they pay a
where
lot in insurance.
that's true. Yeah. Um, here's where we're failing as the little people. We are not taught to save,
Yes.
pay extra on items, pay things off. Now, this is a failure in parenting, and largely because the parents were failed to be taught this, but also in the school system. Instead of having, because I don't know if they still do it, when I was in school, health class, of all things, health class taught you how to fill out an envelope, fill out a check, write a money order, get traveler's checks. And these were literally 1 to 2 days, maybe a week if you put them all together, of instruction. One time in 4 years of
Andrea?
high school.
So, yeah, they don't even teach you how to do a signature anymore.
But what you're saying there, in social studies, now I had a social study teacher in high school, practically an entire 6 week, because back in our day it was 6 week periods that it was divided up.
It's crazy.
We did nothing but taxes, balance checkbooks,
Really?
fill out resumes. Yeah, fill out resumes.
Now, Ed, our
Mock
age
interviews.
difference is 6 years, right? Our
Okay.
age difference?
I'm 61.
Yeah, and I'll be 55 later this year. So
Okay.
you'll be
All right.
62 later this year, yeah?
Yeah. And we even did, like, we had to present a case to the school board or present a case to the board of supervisors. We did nothing but that for an entire 6 week period.
Okay. So
And
what I'm going to point out here, and by the way, Andrea and I are 6 years apart. If everybody wants to go, oh, in the past COVID, we lost all these things in our school. Oh, in the 2000s, we lost. Oh, in the 90s, we lost it. Look, every generation we've been paring away. By that, I mean scraping, whittling
Mhm.
away at
Whittle
what
away.
is actually important life skills. I
Mhm.
am sorry to say this. Stop teaching fucking geometry or calculus and teach them how to not pay interest on credit cards.
Mm.
Teach them how to do their taxes instead of paying $90 to TurboTax for a simple 1040 EZ.
I used to do
Yeah,
my taxes.
yeah,
Now I do
yeah.
them for you. You're welcome. I love that payment system we got set up, baby.
I bet you do. The funny thing, and I'm going to give a shout out mentioning that because my daughter may know him. Roger Flincham was his name. Yesterday, of course, it won't be yesterday when the show is posted, was his birthday.
Hey,
And everyone, because he taught us so much, called him Uncle Raj. So happy birthday, Uncle Raj.
who was he? A teacher?
He was a teacher when I
Okay.
was in high school. And
Okay.
this wasn't curriculum. He just decided that was important for us to know.
Oh, see, that, Ed, is an important detail to put in. Because here's a teacher that went, oh my God, these kids need to know this.
Yeah.
And now, what would happen to a teacher if they went, oh my God, these students
This
need
is
to know?
true.
They'd get their ass fired in a heartbeat
Yeah,
because
they can't do it anymore.
we've got the
Yeah.
SOL, standard of learning. Because if the kids don't do these things on this test, we don't get money from the federal government.
Mm,
This is what local taxes is supposed to pay for. This is what your
mhm,
property taxes is supposed to pay for, on
mhm.
top of, paving your road outside your house. And for some reason, very few towns and cities can support themselves, so they have to get money from elsewhere. So when you look at
From this.
somebody with an EBT card going, oh, that's my money. Yeah, your fucking state is doing it, probably. I think there's,
Mhm.
3 to 5 states that come out in the black every year and don't need government money, Colorado and a couple others.
Virginia used to, but not this year.
How long ago? You know what? You can't even blame it on the other side, buddy. Not this year. It's only like 5 months into her regime.
You
We,
watch.
oh, dude, you know what? I just can't even.
Yeah, so Bolt says, "Did you see the private school kids that can't read?"
It's
Yeah,
it's not
because
just private school.
they
Well,
have to
no,
push them through.
Yeah.
this is Bolt's point. It used to
Oh,
Oh, he
be.
grew up.
yeah.
He grew up in no fuck Virginia. All right, man.
Did
I
you
was right
really?
next door at Portsmouth.
Bolts, do we know you in real life? I feel like we probably do at some point.
We're all Virginians here.
Yeah. But here's what I'm saying. It used to be public school you'd make fun of.
Yeah.
When private school is failing to educate their students, let's look at why. And I'm going to point a big old fat fucking finger right here. You ready? You ready? You ready?
Go ahead.
Discipline.
Mm.
I'm so sorry to beat this drum. I'm such an old man, but here is what I am telling everybody. In the 70s and 80s, and I don't necessarily agree with this, principals and teachers could physically discipline a
Beating the
student.
hell out of you.
Maybe not the right choice and the best way to go.
But
But
there were consequences. There should be
there
consequences.
But
was.
okay,
You
I have to say they didn't beat you for not learning. They
right,
beat you for yeah,
misbehaving. And
disturbing the class.
and maybe that shouldn't be allowed, but beating together erasers when we had chalkboards instead of dry erase boards, when you got put in the corner, you wore the
You
dunce
did
cap,
it yourself.
you got pulled out and
Dunce cap.
embarrassed.
Yeah, you did.
And
Yeah.
also, people who excelled got pulled out and embarrassed by going, look
Mhm.
at this person fucking beating all your asses by getting better grades. And this
Mhm.
was embarrassing, either end of the
Yeah,
spectrum.
yeah. Can't do
But
that no more.
it also rewarded and disciplined. There was repercussions for your actions. If you don't
Right.
want to be praised, don't fucking get top of the class, motherfucker. If you don't want to be,
That's why I never was top of the class.
There
there
you
are
go.
there are times I had horrible problems public speaking in school, like even in front of the people that I talk to every day. Yeah, me too.
You wouldn't know it today.
Ed, do you know when I finally figured out, fuck it, I got this? I was at a
Glad you did.
reenactment event
Hmm.
and we had to do a dance publicly. And
Mm.
I was running the reenactment group that you and I put together,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and we had a public event in Alexandria, Virginia, and whoever was going to announce us didn't show up that day.
Uh,
So I turned to the whole group and went, look, I'm just a coordinator. I just set everything up, do all the work behind the scenes, and have no rhythm, so I won't even be good when dancing. Which one of you is going to take that mic and announce us to the crowd? And
you
everybody
baby.
else who loved this attention, everybody went, not me. And I went, fuck, we've made a commitment. What do I do?
You got to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, the same reason I decided to be the dungeon master or the writer or any of these things, nobody else was doing it and it needed done.
Hmm.
So I did. And
Hmm.
here we are now. And by the way, this is how life works, folks. This is how the American dream works. If you're waiting for somebody else to do it,
They're not going to.
yeah, look at me tie this shit back into the actual topic. You like that?
Well,
Oh, my nipples. Oh, yeah. Anyhow,
and there's the
Andrea
sex part.
used to have a problem being on camera, and look at her now.
And look at her now. Yeah. Yeah, baby.
Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Going looping around like you just did, because there was a portion of what you read. You didn't say the country was letting us down. I can't remember how you had it
Oh my God.
worded.
I really meant to. Fuck capitalism. Which, by the way, capitalism it's bending us over and they're fucking us. But that's
But
yeah.
it was paraphrased, something along those lines. The country is now failing us. And when I read it, when you sent us the notes for the show, and you just
Mm.
circled back around, sort of, and I remember the statement of John Kennedy: "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." So it I don't know. I am torn on this because I feel there's things we as individuals can do
Yeah.
to still get that American dream.
There's a
Okay.
reason my boy at 18 years old moved out and did shit on his own.
Right,
Right.
right. There are things we can do to achieve that American dream, no matter what it is. However, there's a part of me that does feel like, and this probably should be my closing statement, but what so
We're
be it.
about
I'll
that
have to
time
think of
anyway.
some
We should
more
head for
bullshit.
that.
But there are some things that I feel like our country is fucking us on.
No, you got it right
Okay.
when you said company. And I'll circle back to that. Carry on with your thought.
Okay. Well, I didn't mean to sound like George Carlin, okay, but two of those things in particular, insurance,
Yeah.
okay, especially healthcare.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
god, yeah.
I pay $1,200 a month in healthcare.
Do you really?
If I didn't pay $1,200 a month in healthcare, I'd be making a pretty decent salary.
Oh my fucking God. I am upset because I'm paying about 120. Actually, it's probably $37 a week. So, $150 a month in
Yeah,
healthcare.
and getting back, well, like
Wow.
Katina says, the corporation of the United States.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, the other thing, and it's the thing since we're celebrating our 250th anniversary, the thing that the entire Revolutionary War was fought about, fucking taxes.
Do you remember how much
Do I remember how much
taxes they
they were
had the
paying? And
Revolutionary War over?
there wasn't no how much because different things were being
Right.
taxed, and that's the reason why they fought. So there wasn't one particular.
But generally under 5%.
Okay.
We now pay since the 90s, we have paid over 50% of our income to taxes in
Two
one form
taxes.
or another. Now,
Mhm.
this is my closing thoughts, and then I'll pass it to you, Andrea, before you doze off in your chair because you look so bored.
Oh no.
I think we did a lot better when before we started doing two things: catering to the lowest common denominator.
Mm.
I'm looking at schooling with this, and letting people buy the government. Now, I don't mean
Yeah.
literally like you show up, go, here's $2 billion, and I want this. It doesn't work that way. It's a give and take, it's an exchange. But now that we're seeing billionaires influencing things or not having to deal with things that, well, hell, even millionaires, regular old millionaires, have to deal with, we're
Are you kidding?
getting
That's
the,
poor people.
yeah. And beyond that, the subscriptions to life, which, by the way, if I can offer this quick piece of advice, I don't care if you plan to subscribe every month or in a year or whatever. As soon as you subscribe, go cancel it and just enjoy your 30 days or 365 days, but never leave a subscription with auto renew in general.
No. Not even that OnlyFans account. I don't care how good she looks. No.
But you were paying me good money, big guy.
I'm sorry, baby.
Andrea, closing thoughts, babe.
Just
No, that's fair. I totally agree with what you just did there.
yeah, that's
Hey,
Cheers.
look, guys, take pride in what you accomplish for yourself or when you help others. Do not expect a billionaire, whether it's a corporation, a government, or an individual, to come to your rescue. That shit ain't happening. And more important than all these other things, are you okay there, Andre? Do you have to yawn during my closing toast? Hey, it's each other. It's this right here, what we do. Here's to
Yeah.
this. So let me just remind you, if you like this kind of bullshit that we do and laughing at all these inappropriate things, make sure you check out our other podcasts, other episodes, other books at TravisSivart.com. There's a ton of shit there. So you go have a great night. Join us for another round next time. Raise your glass right now and enjoy the moments that you can.
And one more thing, you can watch us for free.
Yeah, there's not even, well, there is a subscription if you want to pay every month,
If
but
you
it's
want.
optional.
If you want.
That's supporting what you love, not being forced to fucking pay like you're a cow being milked.